Dennis, I know that Australia's been going through some serious droughts, and I've been dying to ask somebody with feet on the ground there, what insights can you give me on how a winemaker deals with such extreme drought conditions over so many years?
Well, it's been extraordinarily difficult. We've had, since 2003, we've had approximately 1/3 of our usual rainfall in southeastern Australia. And later in the drought, and it shows no sign of breaking, we've had other complications where we've had severe heat spikes at harvest, and the grapes don't like that. So it was very difficult. The first few years were the most difficult, but the vines are amazing things, and they've actually,
like weeds.
Yeah, they are. If you've ever tried to pull them out or kill them in a vineyard, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they've adjusted to this fairly well. We only ever use supplementary water, so we have probes in the ground at various electronic probes at various depths that measure the moisture. So you just need to make sure that they've got sufficient dampness around at the root area, and they'll continue to grow. We've had so the crops went down alarmingly for the first 3 or 4 years, and then in 2007 we had quite nice crops, but they were sort of spoiled at the end, and we lost quite a bit because of heat spikes. And then in 2008, when you see those wines, because we've already got them in bottle, they're quite elegant. They're very supple, and I think it's just a question of adjustment.
I was going to say, it sounds to me like the vines have just adjusted to like it's going to be a permanent situation.
We're talking about the quality cool climate areas here, and we're not talking about the high production areas, which would be the Californian Lodi equivalent. Where they carry big crops and they're chasing large crops. They've suffered to some extent, but amazingly, even they've had water restrictions have been severe, but the vines have still coped very well with it.
Well, I have to tell you, just drinking through these 3 Hilltops and McLaren Vale and Barossa Shirazes from Nine Stones, somehow or another, the vines will abide.
Yeah, we're a lot smarter at growing grapes than we ever were.
But I tell you, tough situations call for great answers.
Yeah, and there's you could well, that's 07 was a really hot vintage, a really dry vintage rather than hot, and those wines are showing no stress, are they? The grapes that made those were showing absolutely no stress at all.
Well, thanks for indulging us today. Thanks from Wines.com.
Pleasure.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.